this episode, I encounter a big cat.
I would say it's probably the best day of my life.
What is it?
It was a big bobcat just strolling down the road. I think that's what they call unethical. Do you like kebabs? Now I've finally got my camera set up. Got to give her a name. What shall I call her? Is this the beginning of me becoming a wildlife photographer?
There it is. It popped out again.
Where is it? Oh, yeah. When will this Yorkshireman shut up and leave me to my nap? But I've never been this close to a wild cat before, and she is absolutely beautiful.
So you're saying I'm fat, though?
Yesterday, right here, I had the best wildlife encounter I've ever had in my life. What was it?
A lynx or a bobcat?
It was a big cat. And you know me, I love cats, I really do. And I managed to capture the entire encounter on video, which I'll show you in a minute. But first, I've got an announcement to make.
What is it?
You already know.
I forgot. What is it?
This year, I'm doing my very first landscape photography workshop in 3 years. And I'm doing it right here in Nova Scotia during the peak of autumn colours.
Join our Colours of Cape Breton photography workshop this autumn, where we share some of our favourite locations. Bring your camera and a sense of humour.
So if you want to join us too for some landscape photography adventures here in Nova Scotia, and of course plenty of shenanigans, there's a link to this photography workshop in the description below.
Do you think we're going to see the kitty again?
Well, I don't know, maybe not, but let's just show you guys this video from yesterday and you'll get to see it. And this was probably, I would say it's probably the best day of my life.
What about our wedding day?
Of my life. Okay, so we were just driving down the road, minding our own business on this cold winter's day, and just in the middle of the road was a big bobcat just strolling down the road. So I just parked up and just walked alongside this big cat as it made its way into this tree line over here, because I reckon she was hunting ducks in this little lake here. And she let me get right up close to her. She wasn't bothered at all. And I was just taking pictures, I was doing video, quite bad video as you'll see from this clip, because I didn't have everything set up. I wasn't expecting this kind of an encounter. And everything was good until the second that I crouched down to try and get a better sort of eye level shot instead of looking down. And as soon as I crouched, her hunter's instinct kicked in and off she went. So she jumped into those trees over there, and I just waited her out for a little bit, just 10 minutes. And sure enough, she was hunting these two ducks. They caught wind of her and flew off. So then she crossed the road again, and now she's just sitting over there. I don't know if you can see this darkish lump, but I'm going to get a little bit closer with the telephoto and see if I can get another shot or another video clip. I am not a wildlife photographer by any means, and as I said, my camera's not even set up for this. It was 2-second timer and all that business, absolutely useless for this kind of photography. But she just sat there waiting for us to bugger off. I think we've ruined a lunch.
We'll have to start carrying bobcat food with us.
What is bobcat food? Ducks?
Little mice and stuff.
I'm not carrying mice or rotting rodents.
Just a little hamster cage full of them.
I think that's what they call unethical. You know, like if you're just walking around with bobcat bait, I don't think you're supposed to be doing that. But if you've got kind of whiskers or something. No, I'm only joking. Get that kebab. Do you like kebabs?
Oh, calm down. I'm joking about the kebab. I meant tuna fish sandwich. No, I'm joking. Jeez.
I think it's a girl because I didn't see any boulders hanging out the back. Because I don't think wild bobcats get neutered, do they? So if they don't have boulders, then, you know, it's a girl, I think. Anyway, I'm going to try and get a bit closer. She seemed very, very confident and not in the least bit intimidated until like I said, I squatted. So I reckon I can get a bit closer. Let's try it out. So rather than just walking a straight line towards her, I'm just kind of walking around, meandering towards her. I have no idea how to stalk animals. I don't know what I'm doing, but I just figured that was a bit less obvious. And I am a little bit concerned because I worry about just being out in the middle of nowhere in an area where people know there's bobcats. I worry about traps, like putting my foot in some kind of snare. So if you hear a terrible snap and a scream, then you know that's what's happened. Anyway, I'm not going to try and stalk her. I'm just going to let her hear my voice. She knows I'm coming. Let's just see how close I can get.
I know this just looks like a mess, but trust me, she's in there somewhere.
So she's just right there where my camera's pointing, on the top of this tiny little ridge with a creek going down the middle. So if I can get closer and get down to where that creek is, I'd actually be looking up into her face, and that might be a nice shot. I don't know how close I can get before I spook her and she runs, but I'll try. I don't think that she's injured. At first, when she was walking down the road, I thought she had a bit of a stiff gait to that walk, but when I did that crouch, she sprinted off no problem. So I don't think this is an injured bobcat, but it might be an old one. Like I said, I won't know till I look back at the images, but it looked like there was something wrong with that right eye there. Oh, a car. Hope they don't see me. Lots of people like to kill lynx and bobcats around here, so if someone stops and says, "What are you doing?" I'll say, "Oh, I think I've seen an eagle," and then they'll just say, "Eagle," and meander off. Okay, I'm going to try and get closer. I've got to give her a name. What shall I call her? Well, that was obviously too close for comfort. I can't see her now. She's gone. I got down here, looked up, she's not there, so what I'll do is I'll just stand still, keep my eyes locked on a certain spot, and then hope that I see some movement in my peripheral vision. That's how you do it, right, hunters? Is that how you do it? I don't know. Right, concentrate.
I decided to back up and just give her a little bit of space.
Come back to the car. I think what I'll do is I'll pull over there and face the direction where she was, and then just sit and wait. Is this the beginning of me becoming a wildlife photographer? Oh, just imagine the awards and the accolades and the freebies. Because you know those wildlife photography lenses, they're not cheap. You know, I mean, my birthday's not for another 6 months, but...
Well, I got you an early birthday present.
What is it?
Chocolate.
Yeah, I mean, they're not cheap, so... I mean, 12 grand or something like that for a lens. 6 months. Right, I'm going to pull over there. See ya. Right, so now that I've pretty much blown it, now I've finally got my camera set up. I've got high-speed burst mode, I've cranked my ISO, I've got the widest possible aperture, I'm at continuous burst, and I've got autofocus with back button focus, and I should be able to get a really good shot now that I've got everything dialed in. Just no cat. She was probably having a brilliant day until some fat Yorkshireman showed up and started cramping a style and the geese or ducks flew off. Sorry. What should we call her? Belinda the Bobcat.
She sounds old.
Right. Bertha?
No, that's even older.
She doesn't look like a Bertha.
Bridget.
Bridget the Bobcat. I don't know. I'm still not feeling it.
Does it have to be a bee?
Well, yeah.
If it's a bobcat, what if it's a lynx?
Yeah, I don't know.
Lana?
Actually, yeah. Can you tell us if this is a lynx or a bobcat? I think it's a bobcat because we saw a lynx a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? It was a bit taller, longer limbed, and greyer.
The ears had more fur on.
More fur on the more tufty on the ears. But it could have been a bobcat that just had those characteristics. I don't know. I don't really know what the difference is.
This one's got a little short tail, though. Bobcats have short tails.
I think they all have. I think lynxes do too.
Oh.
Or lynx, not lynxes.
So who cuts them off at birth? There it is. It popped out again.
Where is it? Oh, yeah. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's an even better shot there. Right, I'm going to go and get a shot. Right, I'm going to go back over there and see if I can just get a nice shot of her just like looking straight at me. Can you imagine having a bobcat for a pet? You'd never be able to leave, would you? You'd never be able to go on holiday because they'd be high maintenance and they'd eat your dog and, you know, the cats. It sounds brilliant, but it'd be a disaster. It really would be a disaster. I don't know. I mean, there are people that do it. You know, they've got like they get it from a kitten and then they raise it with their other cats as kittens, and I don't think they eat them. Well, you're never going to hear that, are you? You're not going to hear the horror stories. Okay, so there she is, right where my camera's pointing. I don't know if you can see on this camera, but she's not intimidated by me in the slightest. And as long as I don't crouch down, I think I might be able to get fairly close to her. When she was crossing the highway, she was maybe 12 feet away from me and was totally cash, like I say, until I crouched. So, pretty ballsy, even though I don't think she's got any balls. I'll try and get a little bit closer. I just want one clear shot without all of this brush in front of it. That's all I want. I'll get around those bushes. I can just get around those bushes. There you go. Right here. That's a clear shot. I've just got to not startle her.
Now, according to my 3 seconds of internet research, the average age of a wild bobcat is about 7 years, but in captivity they can live up to 32 years. I wonder how old this beauty is.
So there we are. I'm about 30 feet from this Belinda the bobcat. That's quite nice, isn't it? She is just so chill. She's just having a nap right in front of me. For all I know, you're going to tell me that this isn't even a bobcat and it's just someone's domestic cat from the backyard. But I don't think so. When I was following this girl down the road, she was at least 4 times the size of Leo, and Leo's a unit. So yeah, this is quite nice. I'm sharing some quality time with a beautiful wild cat. Dare I get closer? Well, I dare, but I don't think this lens will let me. I'm already at 100mm, but I'll get a little bit closer. How close will you let me get, love? Yeah, you're looking at me now. Okay, I'll put the camera down. No, I'll get a bit closer then. How about that? Is that alright? Okay, I'll take a shot. Well, that is as close as I need to get. If I get any closer, I can't fit her in the frame at 100mm. So this is as close as we're going to get, Belinda. Look at that, just not bothered at all. Just, when will this Yorkshireman shut up and leave me to my nap? Maybe I'll move back and hope that she does some kind of hero stance or something like that, some action pose, but I almost don't want to disturb that lovely little nap that's going on there. Maybe you already had a full belly, I don't know. But what a beautiful creature. It's interesting because she is actually easier to approach than some of the stray domestic cats that live around our place. I can't get near any of those. This one, a wild predator, I'm 30 feet. Actually, I'm probably 20 feet, maybe even less. I'd say maybe 16 feet away right now. She just does not care.
You know, I can't deny, I was starting to fall a little bit in love with this cat.
Now I've changed my position a bit. So now I'm kind of head on straight towards her instead of that side view that you just saw. Just to see if I can perhaps maybe just fill my entire frame with her face, because the closer I get, the less of her I can fit in. But if I can just get a really good face forward shot, I don't know what you call them, but just her looking right into the lens, that would be quite powerful, I think. So I'll see if I can get a little bit closer from this angle. I'm not going to lie, this is one of my favourite moments ever. I've never been this close to a wild cat before, especially one as beautiful as this. I've seen bobcats, I've seen lynx before, wolves, bears, never seen a cougar, but I've never been this close to a wild cat before, and she is absolutely beautiful.
And just when I thought my knees would explode from this extended squat, she looked me right in the eye, and I knew it was time to take my shot. she a lynx or is she a bobcat? I truly don't know the difference, but if you do, please post a comment and let me know what the difference is.
Now, I don't know about you, but whenever I'm face to face with a potentially dangerous predator, I like to read a copy of Chasing Awe with Gavin Hardcastle. It really is the best book ever written. And of course, there's a link in the description below. Would you like me to read you a couple of pages? Just a couple? No? Maybe just look at some of the pictures? Alright, well, I'll just leave a copy. No? You don't? Alright then. And just like that, our beautiful moment is over. She got sick of me, and the way she was looking around behind where I was quite unnerving. She was looking around as if there was a cougar or something stalking me, which made me really twitchy and nervous. Like she looked afraid all of a sudden, and she wasn't looking at me. But that's probably just me just reading things into it. What do they call it? Anthropomorphism, something like that. But wow, what an encounter that was. That was Christmas and birthday all at once. And she's just wandering off towards the lake again. I expect to try and get some ducks. So this time I'm going to leave her to it. I'm not going to spoil her hunt, because once is probably enough. I'm sure she's glad to see the back of me. But wow, what an encounter! Anyway, I'm glad I got to share that perhaps once in a lifetime experience with you. And if you enjoy this video, please hit the old like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye. I'm only kidding, look.
It's okay. I've had a best day of my life too.
What was it?
Lying in bed eating chocolate all day.
Well, you've done that lots of times. That's the best year of your life.
Well, that's why I'm now doing some workouts, because in the last video, I look a bit prego. And I'm not.
You're not. But I look prego in all of them.
I'm just hungry. I don't care if people think I'm prego. I'm just fat.
You're not fat, love.
I have a spare tire.
It's tiny compared to mine. I have a spare tractor tire. Or one of those big monster trucks.
Thanks for you always make me feel better about myself.
Yeah,
I love you.
I'm good for that.
I have a tricycle tire.
Kids tricycle.
Yeah.
No, you have one of those, you know, those speed racers that basically, they don't even have hardly any rubber on their tires. That's what you've got.
Aww. So you're saying I'm fat, though?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for a walk.